Glasses. I am so happy to be live again. This is interesting, right? I just made a commitment to go live every single day, and now my camera is not on, and my mic is not on. So there's all these things because we just had a 3-day seminar. And that 3-day seminar is amazing. I'll talk about it a little bit. Yes. And what happens then is that I always have these ideas of, okay, and then I'll go live again and on Sunday and on Monday, and then I need to know exactly what I'm going to talk about. And I need to be prepared and I need to have everything ready. That's how my mind goes and my bodyguard goes. The interesting thing is, my system needs a little bit of space after a 3-day seminar. So yeah, I'm completely committed to going live every single day. And Saturday, after a 3-day seminar, I just forgot. Yesterday, my system needed a day off. And the interesting thing is, my mind keeps on thinking, well, you could have talked about having a day off. Yeah, but my system really needed a day off after 3 days on my feet in front of a group. So there's always these two systems, right? One trying to push us towards our commitment, and the other one trying to take care of us. And sometimes these get really colluded because it's also really good for me to commit to go live. And it's also really good for me to commit to not going live sometimes. And there's this voice inside my head trying to tell me that breaking a commitment is bad and keeping a commitment is good. And there's also a voice inside my mind saying, who cares? It's okay. It's just a commitment to yourself. It's no problem. And then there's this voice saying, well, let me listen. What is that voice saying? You should really take care of yourself. You should really just do what you feel called to do. And then there is a voice saying, only go live if you have something interesting to say. So maybe if I would really write them down, there would be a few hundred voices going on all simultaneously. And the thing is, as I said before, I am committed to going live daily because it's good for me to get over my fear of people, my fear of not knowing what to say, and to just do it. It's good for me to not disappear in my corner again. But the interesting thing is, after a 3-day seminar, I have been in touch with a little bit too many people. Or not too many people, but I haven't had my seclusive time that I need daily either. So then there's this, what is more important, commitment, or this, or that, or that, or that? And we really need to acknowledge this because before you know it, and that's the most important thing, we're going to listen to all these voices looking at what should we be doing? What is most important? Should I be honoring my self-care? Should I be honoring my commitment? Should I take a day off? Shouldn't I take a day off? We're trying to justify all of this. But in a very real sense, it doesn't really matter whether I go live or not for one day. That doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter whether I honor these voices or not. It doesn't really matter whether I accidentally forget to go live. What matters is, am I actually taking one step at a time in the direction that creates a place where I live up to more of my potential every single day? And that can mean something different every single day. That doesn't mean that it isn't also good for me to honor a commitment that requires me to go live every single day. We can get all caught up in all of these thoughts, thinking our way out of a commitment, or thinking our way towards a commitment, or pushing ourselves, or doing those things. And the most important thing here is to not go at it from that angle, to not overthink these things, to not think about what's best or what's good, but to just do the things that we feel called to do. I feel called to go live every day. I wasn't here yesterday. I wasn't here on Saturday. That's just the way it is. I don't need to justify it. I don't need to defend it to myself. I don't need to explain it. The day after, I go live again. And that is a really, really good thing. We don't need to work our way towards healing that past or looking at what does it mean. All we need to do is hit record again. That's the most important thing. Stop justifying what happened yesterday or the day before, the day before, or the day before. Just do today what you should be doing today and stop living in that past. Now, that's a really, really important thing. So we just had a 3-day seminar called Your Money or Your Life. The accident is, or the situation is that is actually exactly what that 3-day seminar is about, right? It's about knowing what you're here to do, building a foundation around that, what you're here to do, and then letting go of all these thoughts and just taking the right steps without trying to overthink your past or overthink what happened before. I'm sorry, I just have to get out of the sun somehow. Without starting to overthink all these things, just do what is right in front of you right now, this moment. So this moment in front of me is a cup of coffee, Facebook Live, and really, really, really beautiful set of phone calls that I have today with people who were in that seminar, calling them of, okay, this was the transformational 3 days. What's next? What is your first next step? That is what we're talking about today. What is your first next step? So that's what I'm talking about with people today. But what does that mean for you? What is the one step that you should be taking today, or the one step that you want to be taking today? What is that first next step? Talk to me. Tell me in the comments, what is your first next step right now, right in front of your feet? Let me know in the comments, and I might go live again this afternoon. After these calls, I might go live somewhere today, and otherwise I will see you tomorrow. I want to know what your next first step is. Oh, and there is something. My dog was just throwing up. This is a really off-topic thing, but this is an interesting thing. My dog is being in the seminar room with us for 3 days. Well, not for 3 days in the room, but he was there. And he picks up all these emotions of the people, and was completely overwhelmed and stressed. So then the day after, his stress levels are to here, and he had to throw up just now, 30 minutes ago. And I was like, oh my God, is he throwing up out of stress? And I start blaming myself, thinking, it was too much for him. So then again, my mind starts going down rabbit holes with me saying that now I did something bad to the dog, or maybe I gave him more than he could chew, stuff like that. But you know what in reality was the case? He accidentally ate a daffodil bulb, and that's poisonous for dogs. So he threw up to get rid of the poison. Sometimes we don't need to overthink things. Sometimes we just need to take a step back, look at what's actually going on right here, right now, right this moment, and only take the next step. My next step was calling the vet. He said, just let him sleep, see if he's going to do okay. That's all. Stop going down the rabbit hole with your mind. Just take the first next step. That's all you need to do. You'll see me later today, and otherwise tomorrow morning. Have an amazing day, and let me know in the comments what your next step is going to be.